Hey folks, Colin here from Sumthins Recording, and today I'm going to show you the secret to getting a thick lead vocal. We're going to look at thickening up your lead vocal today, getting it some bottom end, getting it some weight so it sits in the mix as a force to be reckoned with. But before we dive in here, if you're ready to take your vocal mixes to the next level and really start dialing in your workflow and your EQ strategy when it comes to vocals, then I have just the thing for you. It is my ultimate guide to vocal EQ, and it's just a simple PDF that will walk you through how to EQ your vocals step by step to help you get polished and professional sounding vocal mixes without any more of the guesswork. It is a completely free guide, and you can download it below using the link in the video description. Now let's jump in here and take a look at this vocal and maybe getting it some weight down there in the bottom end, help it thicken up a little bit. Let me first start by playing you the vocal as it's sitting in the mix here. This is the verse section here, so it's got a deeper voice. We want to kind of emphasize that.
All of the ladies attending the ball are requested to gaze at the faces found on the dance card. Please then remember and follow your list to one special one. He will break your defenses and run. So we change.
So he's sitting down there in the lower end of the vocal range, and we want to take advantage of that. We want to give him some thickness and some richness to help his voice sit really, really nicely against the back end of this track here. So what we're going to do to get some thickness is actually use EQ post-compression here. So if we look at our processing on the vocal here, you can see we have our normal EQ going on the lead vocal here, pulling out some muddiness, some nasalness here in the mid-range, and then boosting some air up on the top end. Then we're going into compression, so the usual 1176 style compressor that I'm using on vocals, and I'll hit play here. You can see what we're doing with this.
All of the ladies attending the ball are requested to gaze at the faces found on the dance card.
So 5 to 7 dB reduction there on some of those bigger peaks, holding our vocal in place there. We've got a little bit more processing after that, adding some mid-range back here, adding a little bit of high-mid information to help our vocal cut through, and rolling off some harshness on the top end. And then just a de-esser on the back end. But the secret to getting your vocal to be thick it's not going to this first EQ and adding this low-mid area back. We cut that low-mid area for a reason, because it was making our vocal feel too heavy sounding and it was making our vocal feel too muddy. We're not going to go back and undo what we did at the beginning of our vocal. What we're going to do is post-compression here is we're going to add some low-end thickness here. You don't want to push low-end into your compressor because that's going to drive your compressor harder than you want it to, right? We've got our vocal sounding the way we want it to pre-compression. This is shaping here. This first EQ is shaping to push into the compressor. That's why we're boosting top end and reducing some of that low mid information. Then post compression is where I would come to add any kind of mid range here and add bottom end. So that's the secret here, is we're going to add bottom end post compression. So take a listen here. We're going to find some warmth, some thickness down here in the bottom end on our vocal, and we're going to boost it up a little bit.
All of the ladies attending the ball are requested to gaze at the faces found on the dance card. All of the ladies attending the ball are requested to gaze at the faces found on the dance card.
So you can hear right there, we're at 141 hertz. That's where the low end of his vocal range is sitting. That's where that bottom end, that thickness is sitting. That's what we want to emphasize. So let's pull this down and ease some of this into his vocal.
All of the ladies attending the ball are requested to gaze at the faces found on the dance card. All of the ladies attending the ball are requested to gaze at the faces found on the dance card. All of the ladies attending the ball are
That's giving us some nice thickness and some nice warmth to his voice. But if this scares you a little bit, which it can, boosting this low on a vocal, Maybe you feel like you're pulling up some breaths and some P's and S's down there in the bottom end that are going to give you some air blasts into your microphone. We can always throw another high pass in. We did one here at the beginning, and that's up at 137. So you can see we're boosting like right where our high pass originally was. We can always drop another high pass in here at 60 and cut it off down here as well.
All of the ladies attending the ball are requested to gaze at the faces found on the dance card. All of the ladies attending the ball are requested to gaze at the faces found on the dance card.
It's only a 2.5 dB boost here at 141 hertz, but it makes a big difference on our vocal to give him some thickness and to give him some warmth down in the bottom end. Now, if you wanted to go a little bit further than this, what you could do is you could pull in something maybe a little more colorful, which is always very, very cool. So if we go, we'll actually use this fat channel here. We'll use the EQ, still post compression here, and we're going to pull in, let's pull in this Pultec style EQ. This is a very, very warm style EQ, which is awesome to use if you want to get that style. Let's start at 60 and see if we hear anything here, and then we'll go up to 100. I'm actually going to solo the vocal on this one and turn off our effects here. So I'm going to boost at 60 first, see if we hear anything, and then we'll go up to 100 and see if we get something there.
All of the ladies attending the ball are requested to gaze at the faces found on the dance card. All of the ladies attending the ball are requested to gaze at the face. All of the ladies attending the ball are requested to gaze at the faces found on the. All of the ladies attending the ball are requested to gaze at the faces found. All of the ladies attending the ball are requested to gaze at the faces found on the dance. All of the ladies attending the ball are requested to gaze.
So right there we're only at 0.5 here on this this passive EQ, this Pultec style EQ, but it's adding a ton of warmth down here at 60 hertz. So let's throw this back in the mix and see if we can hear this inside the track here. So I'll turn on and off our Pultec EQ here. See if you can hear that thickness we're adding. We're boosting 0.5 here at 60, and then we're also attenuating the same frequency range, and that gives us something that's really, really tight here at 60 hertz. So we're adding warmth, but it's focused. Take a listen here, and I'll A/B it.
All of the ladies attending the ball are requested to gaze at the faces found on the dance card. All of the ladies attending the ball are requested to gaze at the faces found on the dance card.
That feels really nice there. I went down to 0.4 to see if that still gave us the same effect. It was a little bit less, a little bit too subtle on the back end of the vocal phrase here, so I went back up to 0.5. I want to solo back up here, and I want to try 100 and see if we get the same kind of effect, or if it runs too high up into the low mid area. Because here at 60 feels really nice down in the bottom end. Let's take a listen to 100.
All of the ladies attending the ball are requested to gaze at the faces found on the dance card. All of the ladies attending the ball are requested to gaze at the faces found on the dance card. All of the ladies attending the ball are requested to gaze at the faces found on the dance card. All of the ladies attending the ball are requested to gaze at the faces found on.
So I put it all the way up here in A/B between 60 and 100. 100 feels a little bit too much like the muffly or muddy low mid sound. And I don't want to reach up that far into our vocal. I want that warmth down in the bottom end. So if we're going to use this, we're going to stay down here at 60. So let's dial this back in, stick it in the track, and we'll turn our effects back on.
All of the ladies attending the ball are requested to gaze at the faces found on the dance card. All of the ladies attending the ball are requested to gaze at the faces found on the dance card. All of the ladies attending the ball, I requested to gaze at the faces found on the dance card. All of the ladies attending the ball, I requested to gaze at the faces found on the dance card. All of the ladies attending the ball, I requested to gaze at the faces found on the dance card. All of the ladies attending the ball.
It's a simple EQ move here, but it helps them feel bigger, it gives them some more presence, and a ton of warmth, and a ton of thickness down in the bottom end. You can either use a regular style EQ following your compressor, so get your vocal even first, then boosting bottom end, or try using something more colorful like a Pultec style EQ or a passive EQ to add something lower and warmer. I hope that was helpful for you. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if you're ready to take your vocal mixes to the next level and really start dialing in your EQ strategy, then I have just the tool for you, and it is completely free. It is my ultimate guide to vocal EQ, and you can download it below to start creating more professional vocal mixes in less time. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.